If Muhammad acknowledged the Sabbath, why do Muslims worship on Friday? If Muhammad acknowledged the Sabbath as God's command through Angel Gabriel and the Quran, then why is Friday the chosen day of worship? How can this be justified if God's direct words declare, "Do not transgress the Sabbath"? Today, we are challenging imams and Muslim scholars to answer this question. If God's word is unchanging, why has Friday replaced the Sabbath? In the Quran, multiple surahs emphasize the importance and sanctity of the Sabbath. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:65. And you had already known about those who transgressed among you concerning the Sabbath, and we said to them, "Be apes, despised." Surah An-Nisa 4:154. And we raised over them the mount for refusal of their covenant. And we said to them, "Enter the gate, bowing humbly." And we said to them, "Do not transgress on the Sabbath." And we took from them a solemn covenant. Surah Al-Araf 7:163. And ask them about the town that was by the sea, when they transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath, when their fish came to them openly on their Sabbath day, and the day they had no Sabbath, they did not come to them. Thus did we give them trial, because they were defiantly disobedient. These verses are not just historical references, they are divine commands. God directly warns against transgressing the Sabbath, demonstrating its eternal importance. If this is God's command, who has the authority to change it? Muhammad himself acknowledged the Sabbath as God's command. So, why does Islamic tradition emphasize Friday instead? The challenge. Imams and scholars, can you justify this change? Can you find a single verse in the Quran where God himself changes the Sabbath to Friday? If not, then who authorized the change? History reveals that it was not Muhammad nor Angel Gabriel, but Islamic tradition that replaced the Sabbath with Jumu'ah, Friday prayers. If Muhammad respected the Sabbath, why is it ignored today? Why follow a tradition that contradicts God's own command? If the Quran is eternal and unchanging, then the Sabbath command should be as well. Exposing the rebuttals. Many will argue that Jumu'ah is mentioned in Surah Al-Jumu'ah 62:9. O you who have believed, when the Adhan is called for the prayer on the day of Jumu'ah, Friday, then proceed to the remembrance of Allah and leave trade. But does this verse replace the Sabbath, or is it simply an additional prayer day? Nowhere in the Quran is there authorization to replace the Sabbath with Friday. It is a tradition, not a command of God. Imams, can you disprove this? Tradition versus God's command. If the Quran explicitly states, "Do not transgress on the Sabbath," yet Islamic tradition shifted to Friday, the question arises, who has more authority, God or tradition? If God's word is eternal and cannot be changed, then Islamic tradition is in direct contradiction with divine command. This is not just a historical issue, it is a theological crisis. Imams, you are called to answer. If you follow the Quran, why do you ignore its commands? Final question. If the Quran declares, "Do not transgress the Sabbath," then who changed it? And if it was not God, does that not mean the change is invalid?